Good afternoon. This afternoon, yes. Hi, Day Lady here, Sharon Schultz, with another exciting virtual tour. I am today at Baltimore's Inner Harbor, affectionately known as Charm City. Our harbor is a tourist destination with some really cool things to look at. So I figured I would share. So if you want information about my tours, and if you don't want to miss any, um, you can follow me on my Facebook page, Sharon Schultz, Day Lady, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sharon Schultz, the Bay Lady. On those pages, I have various links posted. There are several different platforms that carry my tours in addition to Facebook and YouTube. So good to know. You can check to be notified and then you won't miss anything. Also, on my page is a link to a platform called Buy Me a Coffee. And that is where, if you choose to support my content, keep the content coming, that would be the place to do it. So, getting a little crowded here, so a lot of people walking back and forth. I'm going to turn the camera around here, so just bear with me a second so you can get a view of what I am seeing. Okay, we're almost there. Voila. Okay. You're looking at the Titanic exhibit. That's what I just came from. Hang on and hang on. And I will go down here so you can see better. Just bear with me a memento. Here, you can visit my friend the fish here. How's that? Fishy, fishy. Baltimore has a lot of various artworks around, I have to say. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the old power plant. Back in the day, this building supplied the power for the trolley cars and all that used to travel throughout the city. The power plant was built in 1900. It survived the Great Fire of 1906. That's because it has a body of water right in front of it where the fire stopped. Today, or for the rest of April going into May, the Titanic exhibit is here. It's called Titanic: An Immersive Voyage. Very, very, very cool exhibit. I've gone twice. I just came out of it for the second time. So, wonderful thing. Also, part of the power plant on the corner here is Phillips Seafood Restaurant. Phillips has been a family owned restaurant since 1956 and still local to Maryland. And the best seafood on the planet, I have to say, without hesitation at all. So, good place to eat if you so desire to do that. Let us see right here. Right in front of you, that tower, that is Baltimore's World Trade Center. And it is the tallest five-sided tower in the world, unless Dubai built one recently. But at any rate, yeah, apparently there aren't very many five-sided towers because really that's not very tall. It's only 20-some stories high. So, but that's the World Trade Center. We have a 9/11 memorial out in front of it that's quite impressive. It has a steel girder from the World Trade Center, and we also have some limestone from the Pentagon as part of our Memorial, which is rather nice. Next door here, this is the National Aquarium. Baltimore's aquarium is spectacular. It is beautiful. It's massive too. What you're looking at, the pyramid glass in front, that's the first building of the aquarium. And that houses a rainforest, the honest to goodness real rainforest up there. You've got tropical birds, plants, water displays, and just all kinds of really neat stuff. And it's humid in there like a rainforest would be. So very interesting. The aquarium continues, the next building there with the pyramid shape on top. And then the walkway that you see going across leads to the third aquarium building, which we are headed for. Here on the other side of the Hard Rock Cafe, on the other side of the power plant, is the Hard Rock Cafe. Hang on just for one moment. I want to make a camera adjustment here real quick. Get rid of that because it's confusing me. Okay, there we go. All right, so let us walk on this way. So Hard Rock Cafe occupies that part of the building. It's been there for quite a while. Popular place. They have a nice outdoor area here. Summertime's coming, so partying out here on the docks is a Baltimore thing. On the weekends, this place is packed with people, having a good time, socializing, having a drink, having some good food. There's a sign to the Hard Rock Cafe. There's a QR code if you want to see the menu there, right? That. Here's another nighttime area that belongs to one of the restaurants here along the walkway. Here, we've got a few things here. This building doesn't look 100% occupied yet. Let's see what we got. Cinnabon. Oh boy, Cinnabon. That is wonderful. And Auntie Anne's pretzels. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. Okay. We're coming up on the aquarium, the second part, second building. Oh, look at the cool poodles. Mm-hmm. Okay, what we have over here is a simulation of a Maryland marshland. It's done by the aquarium. They installed it and they maintain it. It has an aeration system that actually puts air into the water and keeps it healthy, encourages the sea life that lives here, plants and fish and things of that nature. So this is how my fragrance. Go a little closer over here. There's a few people in there. The harbor wetland has plants that are native to the wetlands here in Maryland. And Maryland has a really humongous seafood industry here. Um, because there are so many waterways, Maryland is off the Chesapeake Bay. In fact, Chesapeake Bay cuts up through the middle of Maryland, actually. So we have not one shore, but several shores. Excuse me. So here's the second aquarium building. This building houses um, the shark tank, and the dolphin shows usually happen here. Now, Baltimore is, oh my goodness, it's riddled in history. Baltimore is a very historic place. A lot of things in our nation, important things occurred here. Hang on one second. Let me show you the side of this building. It's so pretty. There you go. That's a monarch butterfly. And we have, of course, waterfowl, ducks, ducklets. Now, this is known as Baltimore's Inner Harbor. It's a tourist area. We've got, as I said, the aquarium. The World Trade Center has a observation deck that you can visit. Of course, we have the Titanic exhibit. We have museums galore, science center. There's all kinds of really interesting things here in the harbor. I'm going to give you a good overview of it when we get to the end of this pier here. That's a nice day for this, as long as it doesn't rain. It's a bit cloudy, but that's okay. It's not raining. All right. Okay, so here we are. I guess we will start over on this side here. Okay, dead ahead, that red round building that you see is an old lighthouse. It is a pile screw lighthouse. It was out on the bay for decades, and when it retired, they moved it here to sit here in the harbor on the pier, and it's opened as a museum. People can check it out. But that's Thomas Point Lighthouse. You're looking now straight ahead at the Domino Sugar Plant. Domino's Sugar has been a staple here in Baltimore for generations, providing sugar, of course, but jobs and benefits and such. It's a huge factory, well over 100 years old. Across the harbor here, you see some housing. That's Harbor View development that has the waterfront buildings there. They've got penthouses, they've got efficiencies, they've got everything that you could think of as far as housing in that little community. They've also got a marina, so they are quite water orientated, shall we say. Over here, where beyond where that lighthouse is tall buildings. That's called Harbor East, a relatively new shopping district here in the city, about 10 years old, I guess. Coming across the water, that hill that you see, that is Federal Hill, and that is the heart of the Federal Hill community. Federal Hill started life in the 1600s as a massive mound of red clay. A massive mound of red clay. Something unique about Baltimore Harbor is that we're 200 miles inland from the Atlantic Ocean. So the great explorer, Captain John Smith, Pocahontas's better half, he was exploring, coming up the East Coast, and stumbled upon the Chesapeake Bay, and he followed it inland, and it led him to the Patapsco River, which you're looking at, and that brought him here to this natural harbor area. And when he saw the Clay Hill and saw how it was located and the layout of this natural protected harbor, he predicted that one day this would be a very important port city. And sure enough, it was. Has a very long history. The hill at one time was a fort, Fort Federal Hill, very important thing there during the War of 1812. They were able to back up Fort McHenry, which is on the other side of those buildings at the mouth of the harbor. During the Civil War, it served as a Union fort. It was taken over by Union forces immediately when the Civil War started, in an effort to keep Maryland from seceding from the Union. They kind of took charge so she couldn't do that. And today, Fort Federal Hill, it's called just Federal Hill now. Federal Hill Park, actually, it's a beautiful park. On any given day, there's children in the playground, moms pushing baby strollers, skateboarders, dog walkers, you name it. It's in Federal Hill. It's a very desired neighborhood. Straight ahead, the Rusty Scupper, a building there between Federal Hill and Harbor View. That is an outstanding seafood restaurant and with beautiful views of the harbor. Let's see. Over here, the big gray building that you see. Let me go over on the other side of this. The big gray building that you see, that is the Maryland Science Center. They're known for their outstanding dinosaur exhibit. Really comprehensive. They have quite an exhibit. Over here, you're looking at the Harbor Place Pavilion. Once upon a time, it had premier shops. Individual entrepreneurs. You could buy things that you couldn't get anywhere else, things that were Baltimore made. And that was a really big attraction at the time. Unfortunately, when COVID came along, all those independent businesses kind of folded and closed, and rent wasn't coming in, and the management companies struggled, and it was all a downhill spiral. Today, most of the storefronts are empty. The buildings, there's 2 pavilions, they're owned now by the city, and the city has plans to raise them and reimagine the whole area into something bigger and more spectacular. You see boats along the shore there across the water. They are sightseeing boats. There's several available. They go for different cruises and such around the harbor here, pointing out different sites and things of historical significance. Okay. Walk here along the other side of the aquarium. Dead ahead there, you're looking at Harbor East, as I said, and beyond that, where you see the building T. Rowe Price, that's Harbor Point. So another new area, actually, Harbor Point, and that T. Rowe Price building just opened December of last year. So it's brand new. McCormick spices are a Baltimore staple. Their factory actually used to be several blocks over in the direction that you're looking at. That's their restaurant there. But they used to be here in the city and they moved out into the country. But McCormick spices are still quite synonymous with Baltimore. Up ahead is a Coast Guard cutter. That ship is one of four that are here in Baltimore Harbor. We have four ships, and the lighthouse I showed you earlier, that is part of the historical ship collection. All of them are open for tourists at specified times. There's a slight fee to board them, but definitely worthwhile for all the history buffs out there. The cutter that you're looking at right there, that is the sole surviving Coast Guard cutter from Pearl Harbor in the 1940s during World War II. That's the last Pearl Harbor ship. It's kind of interesting. This is the back side of the aquarium. We have a nice little fountain here. Nice little picnic area. The fountain's not turned on though, is it? It's pretty when it is. There's a cafeteria in there on the back side. There. Let's get a better look at the Coast Guard cutter there. Now, straight ahead, down at the end of the street, is a venue called Power Plant Live, and it's several bars and restaurants under one roof with general seating in the center, and they are noted for their happy hours on Friday, most definitely. And here's a better look at the ship. Coast Guard cutter. Over beyond the Coast Guard cutter, over that way, is Little Italy. I was thinking about doing a foodie tour there one day. Little Italy has so many Italian restaurants, authentic Italian restaurants for sure. It's a rather large Italian community. It's been there. It was established back in the 1870s. Baltimore is a city of immigrants. During the mid 1800s, we were second in welcoming immigrants, second only to Ellis Island in New York. We welcomed over 1 million immigrants during that period in the 1840s and such, when the Great Famine was taking place in Ireland. There were a lot of Irish immigrants that came to Baltimore, a lot of Italian immigrants, and German immigrants as well. So we had quite an influx of European talents here. And of course, it made Baltimore what it is today. So here we are back at the beginning. It was a nice little tour of Baltimore's harbor. Things that you can't see from here, museums. Oh my goodness, we've got art districts. We've got more museums than I can ever visit. It's just a very cool cultural city. It's also very much a working city. The Port of Baltimore imports more new cars than any other port in the country. And we are also known for farm equipment. We are the biggest importer of farm equipment in the country. So Baltimore is a very busy city. If you ever have the opportunity to visit, it's worth the stop for sure. So let's see here. Let me turn my camera around. Here I am. Hello, she's back. All right, well, this is where I am going to sign off. I am in front of the Hard Rock, Hard Rock Cafe, and I'm about to go in there and hook up with my daughter and my granddaughter and grab some lunch. Works for me, right? Okay, so again, follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sharon Schultz, Bay Lady. And my next tour is, this evening. This evening. Oh, gosh, yes. This evening, Sunday Evening Mysteries. Okay, be a little bit late tonight, 10 o'clock. I'll see you then. Bye.